One day before Christmas, my mother stood in the doorway with that familiar smile, the one that never reached her eyes. "Your sister's friends are spending Christmas here," she said, casual as a weather report. "It's only 25 people. We need you to cook, clean, and bow." I smiled back. I always did. That night, I booked a flight to Florida. I didn't tell her. I didn't tell anyone. Silence is easier when you know it's temporary. The house smelled like pine cleaner and expectations. I was mid-chop, knife tapping a rhythm I'd learned over years of obedience. That's where the story really starts, not with rage, but with repetition. I had been the extra set of hands since I was old enough to reach the counter, the reliable one, the invisible one. Flashback comes uninvited. Me at 16 ironing tablecloths while my sister laughed with friends in the living room. Me at 23 skipping finals to cater her engagement dinner. My mother calling it family duty. My father calling it keeping the peace. I believed them. That's the part that still stings. I loved them. I thought love was earned through usefulness. I thought if I bent far enough, they'd see me. They never did. The signs were small at first, a shift in tone, the way my sister's eyes slid past me when lists were made, the way my mother spoke about help like it was oxygen, necessary, assumed, unthanked. Then the group chat. They forgot to mute it. "She'll handle everything, like always. Tell her it's tradition. If she complains, remind her we're family." I stared at the screen, heart steady, no tears, just clarity. Betrayal is loud when you expect kindness, quiet when you finally stop. I didn't confront them, I didn't argue, I took notes. That was the moment my mindset shifted, not into anger, but into math, time, money, leverage, distance. Justice doesn't need noise, it needs timing. I planned quietly. I requested PTO weeks earlier under the guise of burnout. I rerouted my savings, every dollar I'd set aside for gifts, groceries, last-minute emergencies. I booked a beachfront hotel in Florida with a cancellation policy I didn't intend to use. I cooked nothing. I cleaned only my room. I packed light. The night before Christmas Eve, I hugged my mother. She smelled like perfume and certainty. "Don't be late tomorrow," she said. "I won't," I replied. That wasn't a lie. At 4:12 a.m., I locked my door, left my key on the counter, and ordered a ride to the airport. Florida greeted me with salt air and indifference. The ocean doesn't care who raised you. That's why it heals. I turned off my phone. I slept. I woke to sunlight and coffee and the unfamiliar sensation of not being needed. At noon, I turned my phone back on. 23 missed calls, 31 messages. "Where are you? They're arriving early. This isn't funny. You're embarrassing us." I didn't reply. At 2:07 p.m., a photo came through from a neighbor. The front door open, people standing awkwardly in coats, the kitchen empty, no trays, no centerpieces, no me. My mother's face in the background, color draining, smile collapsing. But the real surprise wasn't the empty kitchen. 3 weeks earlier, I'd sent emails, polite ones, efficient, to the caterer my mother had bragged about booking months ago. She hadn't. She'd assumed I'd cover it, like always. I didn't correct her. I simply made sure the caterer knew not to accept last-minute requests without a deposit, one she'd never authorized. I'd also emailed my sister's friends directly. A simple message: "Hi. Just a heads up, I won't be hosting or catering Christmas this year. Please coordinate with my mom for details." Professional, non-accusatory, impossible to twist. And the credit card, the one linked to groceries, decor, emergency supplies, I'd closed it. Mine. I'd been paying the balance for years. Boundaries don't announce themselves, they just appear. By evening, the messages changed tone. "Please, we didn't mean it like that. Come home, we'll talk." I sat on the balcony, waves rolling like a metronome. I ordered seafood. I tipped well. I laughed, once, at nothing. At 9:30 p.m., my sister finally called. Her voice was tight, controlled. "You humiliated us." I took a breath. "No," I said. "I declined unpaid labor." Silence stretched. "You're being dramatic." "I'm being done." She tried anger, guilt, nostalgia. None of it landed. Power shifts are subtle until they're not. "You always needed us," she said. I smiled into the dark. Not anymore. I returned home after New Year's. The house was quieter. Lists still existed, but my name was missing. My mother avoided my eyes. My sister spoke carefully, like someone handling glass. No apology came. I didn't expect one. What I got was better. Space. I moved out within the month, took only what was mine, left the rest like a donation to a past version of myself. Sometimes revenge looks like fire. Sometimes it looks like absence. Mine was quiet, surgical, earned. I don't hate them. Hate requires investment. I withdrew mine. On Christmas now, I travel, somewhere warm, somewhere neutral. I cook when I want to. I clean nothing that isn't mine. I bow to no one. And when I smile, it finally reaches my eyes.